Yo, what is up everyone, Tachi here. So today we're going to be talking about the new banner, which is Dorothy Crusher. Now the most important part about this banner specifically is not even necessarily the weapon itself, but the job, and it comes down to the fact that we are going to be getting level 2 Arcanas with this job. So if you guys are interested, I would highly suggest pulling for it if you are a physical DPS, or if you care for your physical attack, so mince working, if you care for that. Just being able to get, I believe it's 1100 attack, is pretty beneficial as opposed to the typical you'd be getting 700 just for level 12. So that is pretty big, and probably the only really important part about this banner. Next we're going to be going into the other weapons. Greatly increased PnP defense to 1.5 allies, weapon repair. I'm not really a huge fan of that. Pretty okay. I'm not sure where this would be rated in terms of the other weapons, but personally I probably wouldn't pull on this if I was a minstrel. Massively increase effectiveness of ally fire skills. So this is basically just Ugalu. Well, another gotcha version of Ugalu, but M attack based. So pretty okay. I probably wouldn't be pulling for nightmares though. Probably not. The spear counts furniture pieces. It has 2300 M attack and anti-magic damage barrier. No. It is an 18 cost, but since it's not DC, it has very little place in my grid right now, and I imagine that is the case for most people, unless I were to get at least like 2 copies of it, maybe 3, to replace my last GC spear that's still in my grid. But other than that, like, it's just not good enough. It has to be a little bit better than that. And the final weapon is Book of Air Currents, which is greatly reduced P defense by, why is it written like this? P defense to 1.5 enemies with destroy armor. So this is another one of those things, like, it's kind of like mediocre. It's like pretty helpful, I guess, if you're doing like a defensive focus grid. Depending on what guild you're in, this might not be useful like at all. If you have 4 or 5 magic DPS, this is probably not all too useful. Luckily Choten does have 2 physical DPS, so it does have some usage. If you are going for a defense down grid, this is probably still going to be useful even in RTS, but unfortunately not too many sorcs are running that, so it is what it is. Anyways, that appears to be the end of it. So there are 2 other banners that have come out with this, and this is the guaranteed SR banner. Unfortunately, even though it's guaranteed SR, I don't need any of the 3 main jobs that are in here, as I have all 3 of them, and I really don't want to MLB this spear. And the other one is the April feature banner, which is also not really something I'm too interested in. So personally, I would probably not pull on either of those. Do keep in mind we are most likely going to be getting a collab sometime this month. We don't know the exact date, but the data mine supposedly has had it pinned at the 9th of April. So that is in about 9 days from now. So just keep that in mind when you are pulling. I would highly suggest, if you're not planning on buying the BOGO packs, the 2x packs, which they're not exactly 2x, but if you're not going to be buying those, just save your crystals so that you can actually pull when that comes out. Unfortunately, I did end up pulling on this for the spear, so there goes some of my crystal, and unfortunately now I'm back at 700, so yeah. Anyways guys, that is going to be the end of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. For now though, I'm out. Have a nice day.